In this video, I'll show you how to use Facebook's Creative Hub tool to do various things and really to not be able to do various things. To be honest, Creative Hub is not there yet, but it has tremendous potential. So it's important for you to know about it and know what it's meant for, so that you can use it if it works for you. So I'll show you what are the advantages and disadvantages of it. Let's open up Creative Hub and see what it's about. First of all, yeah, you can find it in the business tools under advertising, Creative Hub. So let's delete our example mockup here. Creative Hub is intended for you to explore the range of creative and ad formats in templates. But the problem with it as of right now is that you cannot create all different ad formats inside of Creative Hub, which is bad. But I guess Facebook is going to fix that in the future. I am pretty sure that they're going to get there. The general idea of Creative Hub is that you can add collaborators, which can be your clients, your boss, whoever needs to review the ads, maybe some real collaborators or other marketers who might help someone else from your team, or it could be you that wants to manage everything. And the benefit is that you will see how your ads will look like everywhere they will appear, which is, again, not true because you cannot create all ad formats over here, but that's not a problem so far. So let's create our first mockup and see in which cases Creative Hub can be useful and what are its limitations. So first of all, we can use our name templates, but we are creating a mockup, and the idea of this mockup is to be able to use it in various different campaigns. Well, the name template doesn't make sense here in that case. So we are just going to have to name our mockup. So let's call this standard ad 1. So what a mockup really means is that we can actually select certain settings and be able to quickly pull them up inside of Ads Manager. So I'll select like the most standard ad that we are running, for example this one, and I can set up all the different variants of it. I think we even had one for let's do it properly for once, since we are going to create a template anyways. Yep, there it is. We have 3 versions of this one, so we'll do it the right way. I want to change this one to this one, and I want to change this one to this one. All right, so this is, let's say, my default standard template. And the benefit, the huge benefit of Creative Hub is that you can actually see how your ad is going to look in different placements, which is really nice because as you can see, like in Ads Manager, the preview of the different placements is a bit hard. So let's just open up one of the ads that we created previously and just preview this one. Now you can see that there's 16 different previews that we have to run through. We can't really see them in one placement, and we have to open up this one to see how that is going to work. Well, I selected an ad that doesn't really have a message for this, but if we select like one of our normal ads, maybe we'll be able to see a better preview. And yeah, if you go ahead here and click the more variations, you will see something similar to the Creative Hub. But that's kind of hard to link to, and it's hard to use for collaboration purposes. And you can see, like, if you have some problems with a certain placement, you cannot edit it. While in Creative Hub, let's say that my video feeds ad is not very good, or let's say this one, the business page, is not very good, and I can then edit it and say, for example, that's better, and then I can save it. And now I will just change this variant of the ad, but not the other ones. Again, this is also loading quite slowly, and we have an expanded view of it. So for example, you can see here our video feed. We can, like, let's kind of show you. This is the default primary text. So now the default primary text is going to get applied to all of the creatives for all of the different placements. Again, like always, we have to wait for it. And now, if I want to change the primary text for this specific one, this is just for Facebook video feeds. Now that's something that you can actually do. And then we wait for it to load, and there it is. And as you can see, the default primary text is applied to all of these formats, but here we have the one that's just for Facebook video feeds. And this applies to all of them. Let's just get a link to put over here. And so now that I have created this template, and let's say I have I've set up my link, I've set up my call to action to learn more, and my display link is going to be the same, and my description and so on are going to be, let's say, this is my default headline, and then this is the default description. Now, another cool thing is that, for example, you will see some ad formats do not accept images. So I think, yeah, for example, the in-stream videos, I need to edit that placement and provide it with a video. So let's say, let's upload it some video. While we're waiting for it to load, I'll just mention that this kind of allows you to pre-set up all of your different formats and make sure they look alright. Then you can send them to someone else to review and so on. But you can't do that for lead generation ads, you can't do it for message ads, you can't do it for local ads, you can't do it for event ads, you can't do it for many kinds of ads, to be honest. And it really is not that good. So just not to waste our time, I'll select some of the other videos that we created before. Wait for it to load. Again, that's incredibly slow most of the time because it's trying to load a lot of assets. But as you can see, because we uploaded the vertical formats, our ads look pretty good. Just because we added the three types of image formats, like we have the square, we have the vertical ones, the horizontal ones, and we have the vertical ones which are being used for the stories, and then we also have our short video that we used to create our slideshow ad, which is pretty good. It works. So again, here for the audience network, we need to add some proper variants and so on. So let's say that this is our mockup. There's some additional things that we can do here, and kind of we can edit each of these formats to make sure that we are okay, but that doesn't really make any sense, because when you do click show in Ads Manager, you would not do that for the simple creation of one ad. It doesn't make sense. If you wanted to do that, you could just as well do it in Ads Manager, and the collaboration part would just add complications to it, and then you can't do it for half your ads anyway, and then you would have to have one process for one ad and another process for another ad. It doesn't make sense to me yet. Until they make it to work with all the ad formats, it's really not very, very good for me. But I'll still show you how it works. Now, the way to use it is when you create a campaign, you can go here to create, let's say we'll create a new conversions campaign, and call that Creative Hub. And here, when you go to the ad, you can say in the ad setup, use Creative Hub Mockup. And because here in Creative Hub, I selected show in Ads Manager, this is now going to show up here in Ads Manager. And when I click confirm, it's going to load all of the assets that I pre-generated in that Creative Hub Mockup. And it's going to load all of them over here. And you can see that I have different media for the different formats, and all of these placements are going to work. Now, I have to admit, it was easier to edit all the placement formats in Creative Hub. So in case you're just creating simple image or carousel ads, you can still use Creative Hub. For the other ones, maybe not yet, but I hope you will be able to do that in the future as well. And so now if I select a placement, I'll be able to see it over here. Now, there's no options for you to set up your tracking parameters in pixels still in Creative Hub as well. So I can't really set up my tracking parameters, which would be something that would be very useful actually, so that you can create an actual template with like, look, the cool part of that would be if you could go and use the Creative Hub mockup, and that mockup would load up your default images and videos and so on, your default text, your default text description and so on, and at least populate your link and tracking parameters so that you could have any use out of it. But I don't really love the way they've done it so far. And if you want to really preview ads, it's still a little bit difficult. Then you have to kind of go and go through this tedious process over here. That's a little bit annoying. And then if you really want to preview an ad, you have to go here to the preview and then open it up and then wait for it. And then you can kind of preview it from here, which is not the best. So what we would like to see and what we expect to see in Creative Hub in the future is that you'll be able to create all different types of ads here, keep them here, reuse them inside of Facebook, and also if you're going to keep all of your ads collected here, then you might as well see their performance side by side. And then that would turn into a real ad library where you can adjust, edit, and perfect your ads, and also see their performance together, so that you can actually work on all of your ads together and then decide in which ad sets to put them and how to use them. Facebook may be going in that direction, but we don't know yet. And that's why Creative Hub right now is really just best used if you use single images or videos, so that you can preview how they will look in a bit of a nicer and easier way. And then when you create your ads, you can actually use them in any ad set. So when you create your ad sets, you can just pull up the templates from here, and if it's easier for you, you can create ads inside of Creative Hub so that you can preview them easier, right? That's it on Creative Hub. We just expect it to get better in the future. That's the deal with it.